Welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here to do the extended monthly forecast for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. This is for the month of May 2018. This is a general reading for your signs, so whatever is useful, helpful, and healing, please use to your advantage, and whatever doesn't resonate, you can disregard. So what does Scorpio need to know for the month of May 2018? Messages for Scorpio, May 2018. I am using the Good Tarot for your main spread, and then we'll be having jumper cards from each of the medicine cards and the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Messages for Scorpio, May 2018. For Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed the Pink Moon in Scorpio just a couple of days ago. That was a pretty intense week. And it made me realize how intense being a Scorpio must be all the time. I am not a Scorpio, and I only have one Scorpio position in my chart, and it's my Lilith. Other than that, I don't have any Scorpio. But it's intense. So yeah, I got a little taste. I think all of us with the Pink Moon in Scorpio got a little taste of what it's like energetically as a Scorpio. So phew, you have to deal with a lot. Messages for Scorpio, May 2018. Here we go. I think that's also why when Scorpios are bad, they're really, they can be really bad. And when they're good, they can just it's an angel. Like it's the difference between the angel and the devil, because you can really go to those heights and those depths. All right, so just getting a little idea of what's going on here generally with our 6 cards for any pressing concern in a general manner for you, Scorpio. Just looking at some of the themes here without looking at them in their positions. I'm seeing a lot of joy, an extraordinary amount of joy, having figured things out, new beginnings, attainment of wealth, health, beauty, prosperity, and then the call to really make your mind up about something here. So really, in general here, overwhelmingly, it's a lot of beauty. A lot of beauty and personal growth here. So let's get into why I'm saying this. The Ace of Pentacles is your underlying energy. This is a brand new beginning, a new opportunity. More often than not, this is featured in something that is tangible. So something that you've already been practicing, but has finally begun to take root. Or the seed has opened, for example. So you're basically able to see a new beginning here, or experience a new beginning as your underlying energy. It's a very potent card because anything Earth or Pentacles plays out in the real world. This is something that is actualized in your daily life. So this is something you can see, feel, taste, hear, touch. And it's a divine energy. All aces are a divine offering, okay? It's very inspired. This is an inspired new beginning. So just beautiful to see this here for you as an underlying energy. And look at what we have as the heart of the reading. So here is our second of third pentacle cards. Look at this. You went from ace, the very beginning of the suit, to nearly the very end of the suit. Just like that. So you're really not messing around. You're taking this full throttle, and the heart of the concern or reading for you is the 10 of Pentacles. And this is where I saw enormous wealth, okay? Particularly within the body, or of the body, or of the tangible world, okay? So this could be literal financial wealth. This could be physical wealth. You could have just overcome a disease, a disorder, some sort of harm, some sort of dental or mental health, or even bone or blood disorder or disease here. You really could have come full circle with regard to the underlying and then the heart of the reading. So if this isn't what you've already achieved, this is something that you are hoping to or on route to achieving. 10 of Pentacles is really just pure wealth in really all areas of our lives, so much so that we can share it, okay? This is extraordinary prosperity here. You also have 2 10s. You're reaching the pinnacle of something for you. Something is paying off. You've worked extremely hard. Like I said, like whether or not this is just beginning or it's already underway and you're starting to finally see some sort of notification or results of this. It's like, it's definitively the result of hard work. This isn't luck. This isn't positive thinking all by itself. This is like you are doing the work here. So this is an enormous amount of hard work and effort and energy that is going to pay off for you and those near and dear to you. So congratulations to that. That's no small feat, and you deserve a lot of credit for the hard work that goes into that, Scorpio. You really do. Particularly because I see with your present energy is just enormous emotional wellness. So, I mean, congratulations, what you've been working through. As I said, I don't know what it's like to be a Scorpio, but I had a tiny taste of that Scorpio pink moon, and I was like, you deserve a lot of respect because you're really, really working on reaching the heights of your personality and your strengths. So congratulations. But the 7 of water is your past energy. It looks like you had a lot of options available to you, emotional options, emotional things that can work out in the real world, but a lot of daydreaming, a lot of trying to make up your mind here about which way to turn. There were a lot of, if this was say in the dating world, for example, this could be like a lot of different suitors, or you like this person because of that, or that person because of that, but this person has this special thing that you can't find anywhere else, that type of thing. So something that's sort of sitting within the emotional world, but something that you would have had to make your mind up about here. But definitely options, and it is in your past energy, and as you can see, why? Because your present energy, and look at this. So you went from a 7 to a 10, so you jacked up the decision making, you jacked up the focus, I'm going to suggest, and now you are this big delicious Buddha. And of course, water is cups, and we're dealing with the emotions. So your present energy for May, Scorpio, is the height of emotional wealth. This is just, it's absurdly beautiful. It truly is, and I'm so happy for you. As I mentioned, it's your second 10 here, so you've reached the pinnacle of something for you, worked very hard for this, spent a lot of time and effort, and really paid attention to what I mean, maybe it was just through the process of elimination here too. It really doesn't matter how you went about making a decision, but because the decision emotionally has been made here, you're now able to benefit from it. So this is benefiting from positive emotional wealth. So much so, as you can see here with the 10 of Earth, so much so that you can share it. So this is really enormous energy. The 10 of Cups is also something that can be, if it is a romantic situation, for example, it can be that your cup is overflowing with, romantic wealth or emotional wealth of any kind here. But if this is you, and this has to do with no other situation external to you, this is the wealth that you've given yourself, emotional health and wellness. And if that's the case, Scorpio, then please tell the rest of us how to go about this, because this is an enormous achievement. And if you have a 10, except for anything but air, because that's just like the total end of something. But these are like culmination of all the hard work to get to this type of bliss. So it's a very blissful position to be in for your present energy. I'm very happy to see that for you. Here with your future is the 4 of Earth. So this is your third Earth position card. You've backed up a little here. You might have to protect here what you already have. The future is a protection of this energy. It's a protection of material wealth, health, wellness, stability, assets would be another framework within the Pentacles, actual money, if I already didn't say that. But if this is about ideologies or even your own body, this could be about the protection of that right now. So there could be a rest period here in terms of the future, or a sense of protection. Watch that this isn't turned into a miser. The Four of Pentacles is often considered the miser card. You know, it doesn't have to be negative. It just means that you're protecting something. Just watch that it doesn't become a habit, or that you aren't reacting to someone or something in your environment. You know, just beware of your environment here if you are in a position of self-protection. Something in your environment could be leading you to feel and act this way, whereas you could A, remove yourself from that environment and no longer feel this way, or B, reassess your environment and understand, oh, okay, you're safe there. So maybe just take a second look at the environment that you're in if you are undergoing any level of self-protection here. And then with your advice card is the Two of Air. This is the Two of Swords. It's really just, you know, making your mind up about something that could be, I just love the artwork. I hope you can make this out. It's very detailed. So the birds here have little crowns on them. There's nothing inherently wrong with either of these ideas. I'm only saying either because it's the two. But it's just like, which one is going to work for you, or which one is going to grant you the results that you truly want here, and which is going to drag you down. So it's really just, you know, and this is of the mind. So it's something that you have to discover for yourself is working for you from a sense of thought, idealism, ideologies, belief systems, etc. Okay, we're looking at the mind here. So it's really just, you know, you're just weighing stuff out, figuring stuff out, maybe about how to proceed from this position where you're sort of being a little protective here. You might, for example, it might even be that just over the month of May, for example, I'm going to suggest that you want to reach from the Four of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles like you did here. You know, you went from the 7 to the 10, and I think you can get here. Like the 4 is saying, not sure about this. I'm feeling really protective. I don't really trust right now. And the Seven of Pentacles, much like the Seven of Water, that is saying there's some options here. You don't have to be too afraid. You know, maybe just do some assessment, is going to be similar in this position for this element as well, in the Earth element or Pentacle environment, which is saying just assess where you are. You know, just assess this environment, how far you've come, what you have, all the things that come with that, and then what's your long-term vision? What's your long-term view here? You know, when you see this opportunity, and you're going to capitalize on it, you know, what's it going to take and what does it involve and all the rest of it. So maybe just assess the situation a little bit and make a decision around that. I think this is pretty clear cut for me. There's nothing aggravating. There's no major arcana energy. There's nothing that you can't solve or work through or benefit from here. There's no immovable energy. And I just mean by that major arcanas, at least in my view, are immovable energies. It's something you have to work within or take into account when you go to make changes or decisions. But there is no major arcana here. So there's a lot of opportunity to maneuver your mindset and your sense of prosperity and physical wellness here. But ultimately, like I said at the very beginning of the reading, ultimately there's just a lot of self-awareness and a lot of like very particular goal setting, very particular. And again, Scorpio, if this isn't what you're already doing and you need advice, take it as advice. If this is something you're already doing and you're like, yeah, no, that makes sense, I'm going to keep going, then just consider it confirmation that you're on the right path for you. But just, yeah, use all of this to your advantage if at all possible. I'm going to take those. Those came out together. Why not? Let's just do that. And then we'll shuffle till we get one out of this deck for you. So these 3 extra cards are from my Oracle decks, and these are just extra messages for you. So we have the Badger from the Medicine cards. This is about aggressiveness, and I'm going to relate it to here with the 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be accused of being a bit aggressive here. using energy that could be used elsewhere, for example, in pursuit of fulfilling goals and wishes and dreams, and here with the protection of it. So again, it might be a really nice time to just assess your environment and maybe why you might be feeling that you need to do that. But you can use this badger energy. It's not in and of itself negative or wrong in any way. It's just how it's used, right? It's like power. It's how it's used. So just be aware that there's a lot of aggressive energy here, and you can use that to your advantage without ripping other people to shreds, or without upsetting anyone else, or taking someone for granted, or making someone feel unwanted. You know, just make sure you hear where other people are coming from, and then always put yourself first, but never at the expense of someone else. And then we have Y and 2 the C. So this is really just going with the flow is the essence of this card. And then the Y is really large scale purpose. We're looking at your calling, your purpose. So keep going with the flow. And again, it really does suit these water elements here as well. To the sea, go with the flow. Keep following this really positive directive energy that you've worked long and hard on here. Let that be your guide, and follow your intuition. Definitely gain a better perspective on yourself. It ultimately leads to a greater perspective of the world around you and to the people we share our lives with ultimately. So instead of trying to figure everyone else out, for example, the more we understand ourselves, the more we can appreciate human nature, and we can develop compassion for ourselves, and it becomes that much easier to exhibit in our daily lives with other people. And I think you'll know, like, straight up who isn't welcome in your environment, because you've assessed, you know, who you feel good around and who you don't, who you feel like you have to protect yourself around and who you don't. Might be a really nice way of putting that as well. Also, you know, another way to think about the Y card is, you know, who are your heroes? Is a really nice indication of the type of person that you are working hard on becoming. And that's fantastic. We all have to have heroes, in my view, and I think this is going to help lead you to a much greater personal and ethical and emotional position for yourself, including a sense of prosperity here. So great level of hard work will lead you to the hopes and goals and dreams and wishes that you see for yourself. So use this badger energy wisely. Be aggressive in pursuit of your dreams and goals, and anyone who gets in your way can just kindly step to the side, and they will be there if they're meant to be there. You have nothing to prove, Scorpio. Keep your highest self in mind. Keep that phoenix mind of yours front and center, and good luck in the month of May. I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks. Until then, take excellent care of yourselves. Bye for now.